Okay, so Nemesis grind actually begins or continues, however you want to say it. I should have probably saved all of my Magnum ammunition for this, since you can one-shot that, and I really need to, like, knock it down 3 times. So this is going to be kind of a crazy grind. And honestly, this is like on another level compared to the challenge of the other things in the game. But just because of one thing. The one shots that you can't like... I should probably just... Well, I'm going to die anyway. The only reason this is actually difficult is because you can't face tank it. You'll die from almost any situation it decides to attack you. Like, there are only a couple of attacks where it can't combo, where it won't combo you. So, honestly, this is kind of a stupid way of adding difficulty. That was my mistake. I couldn't dodge that. I couldn't react to it. But this is a stupid way to make the difficulty harder. Like, it kind of defeats the point of survival horror game. But this is the thing. This is the way it is. I was too early. Interesting. This might take a while to complete, but I will complete it. I just hate that even with this where there's like the autosave, it doesn't... Why wouldn't it autosave like in this part, in this fight, instantly? And I couldn't make it in time. I can knock it down twice with Magnum, but then I have to actually use the handgun. Fuck! And I didn't get that double hit. Goodbye, fuckface.
All power sources
I am sick of your shit!
Now fucking die! Piece of shit! Bonk. I didn't even need to split. Fucking now you're going to taste it. Taste my fucking big, massive thing into your throat!
Take the fucking hit!
Take it. Take the fucking hit. Take the tip. Take it all. Fucking piece of shit. Well, I didn't need to split, so...
Good riddance.
But unfortunately, I already did. Holy fuck. I mean... Hand grenades? What the fuck do you do with hand grenades in this fight? And these healing items are pointless because you just like if you get hit with most of its attacks, you just die since you don't have any way to recover. But what the fuck do you do with grenades in this fight? Does grenades actually work? If they do, that's... Well, there's a hole now. God damn, that was actually pretty difficult, I have to say. Like a lot more difficult than many of the other things. Hey, wait a minute, what's that? Suspicious contract memo. Contract overview. Received offer from client seeking to use RC Crisis to undermine and claim market share from UC via a multi-pronged strategy from Umbrella Corporation. A. Sabotage. Umbrella Corporation attempts to destroy evidence of outbreak to maximize culpability. B. Induce encounters between Umbrella Corporation bioweapons and security forces law enforcement and collect combat data to ascertain viability of tech. C. Report deployment of any new weapons including Project Nemesis. See specifications. Oh shit! Actually, this means that Nicholai was really hired by someone to actually sabotage the evidence destroyal operation. So he wasn't the one destroying the evidence. It seems. Remuneration exceeds current offer from UC and takes top priority. However, the client has agreed to a grace period before using any of the deliverables, so that payment from UC may also be collected. So, I didn't even remember this, but I looked at these logs on my first playthrough, but I didn't remember that actually Nicholai was a double agent, it seems. He was actually working for someone else who was sabotaging Umbrella to claim market share, to buy it out basically. And he was also working for Umbrella to like do whatever. Huh. I didn't even remember this. Whatever, let's go. Time to go get this fucking...
Can't let Nicholai get away with that vaccine.
Time to get Nicholai.
Carlos managed to stop him.
Of course, he did. By the way, what happens if you don't actually shoot Nicholai in this part? I mean, I can kind of figure what happens, but I want to see what happens. That would have been like a lot more harder if I didn't have magnum ammunition. I can only guess how hard that is from in the harder difficulty. No, Carlos, what happened to you?
We're not going to stop. Promised you this, didn't I?
No! Do you have any idea what you've just done?
What an asshole.
Oh no, don't care. My client ordered me to reduce umbrella to drop.
10 minutes until missile
Ah.
impact.
The missile has launched. And that is my cue.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
Goodbye, Miss Valentine. Shame you didn't listen to me when you had the chance.
The clumsy fighting continues.
Jill! Shoot him!
Okay, okay.
I can't. I'll hit you.
Do it! You have to! There's no other way.
I'll shoot! I'll shoot! My aim is a bit off! I don't know where to aim! Can this actually fail?
Carlos! No!
Ah! That's pretty nice. Now he should laugh menacingly. Yeah.
Knew you couldn't pull the trigger.
That's great. Bad ending, you have to do everything from the beginning. What? What? Shoot Nicholai! What the fuck? That was actually great.
I can still catch him.
Well, I guess I should shoot him then. That was pretty great. It's kinda strange that there's this room just before the whole thing. I wonder if there's like a hidden bubblehead somewhere. Considering that I didn't. Well, I can't hear anything. Whatever.
Carlos!
I shot him.
Hey, I told you I couldn't leave you in a Carlos's world. That would just be too cruel. What about him?
What about him?
Why'd you do it?
There's a price tag for everything. Even letting the world burn.
Who are you working for?
I'll tell you, if you get me out of here. I'll pay you whatever you want.
I don't do this for money.
You're a fool! If I die, you'll never find out the truth.
I don't mind a little detective work.
It honestly feels like they are thinking about doing a continuation for this. Which ties up the whole like Umbrella Europe, like from Resident Evil 2 remake, the whole like Chris going to Europe and all that.
Jill, you alright?
It would be like Code Veronica, I guess.
There it is.
they survived.
It's finally over.
No, it's just starting.
So long, RC.
No, this is just the beginning. You're right.
I felt empty and cold as the heat from the blast washed over us. All this death wasn't caused by a monster-making virus. It was greed. Human greed.
Oh,
I
really?
decided then and there, the ashes of Raccoon City would be Umbrella's ashes too. I would end them, once and for all.
Yeah. Well, that was Resident Evil 3 Remake on Nightmare difficulty, which is the second hardest difficulty. I mean, it wasn't like the only difficult thing was that like final fight against Nemesis. That was like well, okay, the previous fight against Nemesis was also moderately challenging for the right reasons, because it was actually challenging. Like, you had to do stuff. Do stuff to win. But that one is just kind of bullshit, because it wouldn't even be that hard. The only real difficulty that's in that is because of the instant kill situation. Like, you die from one hit in most cases, because the combo attacks will just kill you since you can't heal in between. If you could just heal between, then it wouldn't be even a battle, considerable battle. And it's different. In hardcore, I'm pretty sure you can actually do like two of the right side ones. You can actually do back to back. You have time. In this you don't. Like, it gets up way faster. Not to mention there's like 10,000 more pistols. I think in hardcore there's like 5. And in this there was 7, and it starts to increase the more times you knock it down, obviously. But those are the only like actual difficult things, and the enemies aren't like... I'm used to the higher level difficulties having like insane bullet sponges. Resident Evil 2 Remake, hardcore, like the enemies are insane bullet sponges and everything else. But in this they just go down pretty fast. And I'm pretty sure I didn't have like a crazy difficulty adjustment, like damage adjustment, whatever it is. So, like Resident Evil 4 Remake hardcore, the enemies are way tankier. I didn't really notice like that much of a difference from hardcore difficulty. Actually, it felt kinda like they were weaker. But yeah, I'm not sure how the hardest difficulty, which is Inferno, I think, how hard that is. It's probably kinda crazy. I've heard like it being insane, so I think I'll pass up on that a little bit. I mean, this is kinda on my skill level, since I'm not a really good player. But the parry actually makes this, or like the dodge mechanic actually makes this way easier than the previous or other Resident Evils as well. It's just so strong. But yeah, I have to say, now that this was just a spontaneous feeling that I wanted to play through this. I just felt like I want to do it on Nightmare difficulty, since it's kind of like something that I was kinda expecting to be able to pass through without insane problems and insane raging and insanely taking a long time. So I wanted to do this for international audiences, since I haven't played almost any of the Resident Evils in English I've only done the playthroughs on Finnish, so I wanted to do this. I felt like doing it. And the thing is, I feel like Resident Evil 3 Remake isn't like, it's not a bad game, but it's definitely not a very, like, extremely good game. There are a couple of problems with it, like the it's too like action based, maybe, for an old school Resident Evil. Like, that's kind of the point of the original, but in the original it was like still like the old formula of Resident Evils. But in this it's kind of like like the dodge mechanic is way too strong, which makes it pretty easy, pretty like different. The other parts are the whole like length of the game, which is like super short. They just removed lots of parts from the original, which makes even a short game, like originally short game, even shorter. So this game is so short, it's not satisfying because it is so short. Or I should say, like, I can't say that because I kind of feel like it's satisfying to play through this, but you'd be disappointed if you're like waiting for a long game and a lengthy like experience, and then you get this with no like real replayability, and it's still and it's a short game. Like, these difficulty settings don't really help out with the whole length of the game, because they don't really add that much. Like, the enemies and items were a bit different, but that's all there is really. Like, even if they had like puzzles that would be like dynamic, they would change depending on your playthrough, like in the original, like the solutions, then this would be kinda like there would be some replayability factors. Not to mention, in the original you can go to different parts and do different things in different order. In this one you can't. And the encounters with Nemesis in the original, you can do them differently, and it will change the like the paths. So, I mean, it's a good game, it's a workable and decent game, but it's definitely not up there with other Resident Evils. But then again, in my opinion, this is like 10,000 times better than Resident Evil 5, which is like the worst in my opinion. Keep in mind, I've only played single player, so I don't know how it is as a multiplayer or cooperative game, but for single player the AI just fucks everything up and I hate it. I really do. So this is like 10 times better than that. I still don't understand the weird graphical glitches that I have. That's the future. Everything was solved. Complete the game on Nightmare or higher. Rank C. Well, thanks. Total playtime is 20 hours 52 minutes. That's partly incorrect because no, wait a minute, that's total playtime, the time I've played this like game completely. Yeah. Clear time was 7 hours 18 minutes. No, you unlock stuff. Concept art model. So doesn't this, like, yeah, now you can actually pick the hardest difficulty, which is Inferno, for players who truly crave a challenge. This is like probably unfair challenge, like the other difficulties, like doing Resident Evil 8 Village of Shadows on new game. Enemies are even stronger than in Nightmare mode. Fewer typewriters and item boxes can be found, and autosave is disabled. Fewer typewriters? Oh shit. Well, I'm probably not going to be doing that anytime soon. But yeah, anyway, like, I have to say something about the, like, the... I already gave my thoughts about the game, actually, but... The whole, like, plot line that there is, it kind of feels like they actually want to, or wanted to, or were, like, setting up for a sequel to this. What they want to do as a remake. Or, like, a sequel. Maybe Code Veronica or something like that, but something that follows up the whole, like, plot line from Resident Evil 2 remake and this, which would be the Code Veronica, except that Jill isn't in that. But maybe they're like adding some, they could add some, like, weird things into it instead of, like, making it be completely similar. Like, they could add there to be, like, Jill and everything happening at the same time or something like that. If they'd want to do it. But the thing is, after this they already did Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 4 remake. So it kind of feels like they left the whole this storyline on hiatus because I've heard like rumors that there is going to be Resident Evil 9, so it kind of feels like they didn't complete this. They just thought that, okay, let's not complete it. Like, maybe this wasn't as well received, so they thought that there's no point in following in that at least not now. So they kind of just wanted to head in the Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 4 remake direction. Possibly thinking about doing Resident Evil 5 remake, which would be cool if they just, like, make the partner AI different and not be completely worthless piece of shit who basically gets you killed and gets herself killed. But yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I kind of want to see, like, the Code Veronica as a remade, or maybe not even Code Veronica. Maybe they could be, like, doing something different that follows up to these, like Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, and maybe even possibly like Resident Evil 4. I'm not sure what the timelines are actually in those situations, but at least these two, and they would be like making an abridged game that kind of like combines both of the storylines into one, into how the Umbrella is being destroyed, how Umbrella is like no more, which would lead to the whole Resident Evil 7 situation where Chris is, or Resident Evil Revelations and all those, like, where they are basically in that other BSAA team or corporation or whatever it is. Or then they just forget about that and say that it's not canon and that's it. I don't know. But anyway, I kind of want to see what happens after this, and now that I played it for the second time, I actually liked it, even though the Nightmare is pretty easy. Like, I have to say, this game is really easy. Probably on Inferno it's just unfair, but even Nightmare isn't really that difficult. There's like only two things that are hard or challenging. The last two Nemesis fights. The second to last is actually like challenging in a fair way, and the last one is challenging in a, well, I can't really say unfair way, but in like a gimmicky style of way. Let's call it like a gimmicky style, because if you get hit once, you die. It's just like it takes away your like collected resources of healing items. It just makes you like it makes it a gimmicky fight with parrying being a like necessity. It's like use this mechanic, and it's the only mechanic that you can use and like that. You can't bypass it by having like lots of healing items gathered up and just face tanking, which would be like kind of a... I mean, some people might say that that's like a stupid way of playing and unfair playing and CC way or something. But then again, think of it like this. You've gotten through the game by being like very conservative with your resources and you have the healing items. Why wouldn't you be like rewarded for that at least partially so that you can just tank through the fight if you're just not good enough with parrying? I feel like this is... It's kind of a stupid way to make it difficult. I mean, I completed it, but I'm not saying that everyone should complete it by that, because especially if there's like one more difficulty, because I'm pretty sure Inferno is even worse in that regard. So why not make the second hardest difficulty be like that you can actually do? And not to mention like the whole difficulty is so like or like the one hit KO type of deal is so stupid because it's like combo attack which you can't do. It's like it makes you... I don't know what's the correct word, but it makes you feel like so embarrassed that, oh shit, well, I got slapped by that one attack and now I'm going to be dying to the second attack, instead of it just being like one hit kill, if you know what I mean. It's so like a humiliating way to die. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad thing, but it's still like why not just make it like be one hit kill? Because that's what it basically is. Just make it kill you outright. But like I said, it actually like, for example, I went through the trouble of like actually being conservative with my healing items, actually collecting items, actually going. And then you go into the last fight and you don't even need it. There's no point with it. It would be kind of like the last fight would be like you'd only need to use the knife. So you went to all the trouble, you have these resources, and then you just need to use the knife because nothing else works. Kind of like with Evil Within 1, where you collect everything and then the last boss fight is basically just using like a on-rails shooter type of shit. I mean, it's kind of like not a good way. Like, you should be able to heal in between the attacks. That's just what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be like so like tedious and over silly. You should just be able to heal in between. If you get hit too much and you die and you can't face tank or you don't have enough resources, well, that's your problem. Then you just need to be able to parry, dodge it. I keep saying parry all the time. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. But anyway, now that I played it again, I actually like the game a bit more. And this difficulty felt actually pretty satisfying. It was kind of up to my skill level. But nothing really that insanely challenging. I've done harder things. But anyway, yeah, so that was my playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Nightmare difficulty, the second hardest difficulty. And I've only played this now twice before. And yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I guess we'll see. But I thank you for watching up until the end. And even if you didn't watch up until the end, if you just watched it, I thank you. And I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, whatever that will be. UFONman is out. Bye bye.